Hey everybody, I just finished my last run of the year, which brings a close to 2021 and the first year of the channel. And I thought it would be a great time just to share with you some new and exciting plans that I have for the channel coming 2022 as we start the second year together. And if that sounds interesting, stay tuned. There'll be more coming up right after this. So happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you had a great 2021. I know it certainly has its challenges with the pandemic and other crazy things going on, but hopefully health-wise and fitness-wise and running-wise, you can at least find some victories this past year and have something to celebrate. And one of the things that I'm celebrating is 1 year as a channel. And so for those of you that have subscribed and supported the channel, I really appreciate your support this past year and making Keep Running with BK something that I have a personal desire to continue to do. And I hope that you will continue to support the channel here in 2022. And if you're new here, after listening to some of the exciting plans that I intend to share, I hope that you'll consider subscribing and joining the Keep Running with BK community. To start things off, why don't we just jump right into it? So one of the things that I'm really excited to announce for the channel is I have created a virtual club on Strava so that those of you who follow the channel or support fans of the channel who are on Strava, we have a place now that we can follow each other's trainings, interact with one another a little bit easier than we can here on YouTube, as I really want to foster a sense of community with those of you following the channel. It's a great place to post our runs and comment on each other's runs, follow each other's trainings, encourage one another, learn from one another. That is one of the goals I have for the channel. It's not just for me to share things that I have learned, but also to learn from one another. And I think this will just continue to support that idea, bringing runners together in a sense of community, sharing running insights, training tips, and motivational ideas that really helps us in our pursuit to continue learning as athletes, continuing to improve and ultimately to be able to keep running and enjoying it while we're doing it. So if you go to Strava, you can search for Keep Running with BK under the club section, and you should be able to find it, and you can sign up there. And if you're not on Strava, you can sign up for free. You don't have to have a subscription. I've been on Strava now for about 1.5 years, and I still use the free subscription. If you are looking for more, there is additional functionality and tools and things like that on there that you can sign up for a nominal fee. And but it's a social media platform for runners, cyclists, triathletes, and I thought it would be one of those places where really we can get to know each other better. So there's that. There's the virtual running club. If you want to be a part of that, sign up for that. In addition, I thought it'd be fun to maybe plan some virtual events for the channel in 2022. And so my goal is to target one virtual event each quarter. So starting in the spring, keeping it simple, keeping it easy, something that will accommodate all fitness levels, no matter where you're at in your running journey. If you're starting off the new year wanting to start running, start exercising, getting back in shape, or maybe even returning to running, or if you've been running consistently year-round and you're ready to go, it accommodates all of us. And that is a virtual 5K prediction run. Wow, there's some new trails around here. I'm gonna have to come back here and explore that. So the idea behind the virtual 5K prediction run, the idea will be either posting a comment on the channel, sending me an email, or maybe sharing on the Strava Club you'll have a way or a method to be able to submit a prediction for your 5K time, and then we'll pick a weekend where everyone that wants to participate then actually runs that 5K and submits their time, and then we'll see who comes closest to their prediction. So it doesn't matter what your fitness level is. It's not a traditional race in the sense of, hey, the first person done is the winner. The goal is to be the person who comes closest to their predicted time. And I think it's fun. It's something a little bit different. It levels the playing field a little bit. But one of the other things that hopefully it encourages, other than something that we can do together and have fun with, is you really have to think about your training and where your fitness level is at and where your running's at, and then put something down that you're going to shoot for and see how close you can get it. It'll be fun. Some of us will get it, some of us won't, some of us will blow it away, others maybe will fall short. But it will be done on the honor system. So I'm sure somebody could work the system and, you know, watch the watch, if you will, and cross-ride the exact time and say, hey, I'm the winner, I finished exactly on the time I predicted. That's not really the spirit of this, and, you know, someone can certainly do that. I don't know how that would be rewarding, but this is really intended to be something fun that will engage those here on Keep Running with BK community. And I don't have any prizes or anything. I don't have, my channel is not monetized. I don't have sponsors or anything like that. So it's just for fun, something just to really engage all of us in our running and to do together. So in the second quarter, roughly the summer quarter of the year, probably around the June time frame, something I'd like to try. It's very different. This past year I watched a lot of different running videos on YouTube, and I came across something I'd never heard of before, and it was called a backyard run. And the idea is there's a course or a loop that is set up, and runners attempt to run it as many times as they can by showing up at the starting line at the top of every hour, finishing it. Whatever they finish before the next hour, they can do whatever they want to rest, recover, what have you, and they keep going until there's one person standing. Fascinating idea. One of these days I'd actually like to try one of these in person. But I saw one individual who did something that I thought was pretty interesting on his own, where for a 24-hour period of time he would go and run, I think it was 1 mile every hour on the hour for 24 hours. And then he planned other activities that he would do each hour to make it productive during that rest period. But I thought, you know, that'd be kind of an interesting challenge. So what I thought we would do in, say, the June time frame, we'll pick a weekend where anyone on the channel who wants to follow along or participate, you can do the full event, you can do a half event, to whatever extent you want, or you just see how many you can do, is mark out, just choose a mile course anywhere you want. You can even pick multiple ones. The point being is every hour on the hour, go out and run a mile for 24 hours. I think it'll be a fun, interesting, different, challenging experience. I'll probably end up making a video on the whole thing when I do it, which will just kind of be a fun capturing of that type of challenging event. But I want to invite others in the channel to come along and participate, challenge themselves, and try it as well at home. So something different in the summer when things start to get hot. Spring racing season's pretty much over, and we have a little bit more flexibility in our training. For me personally, I'll be returning back to probably base training, lots of easy running, and so it's a good time of year where, you know, I could do something like this and not feel like it's going to throw off my training much. Then in the fall, I thought we would have another virtual race, and I don't know if it'll be a prediction type race or if it will just be maybe more of a traditional just virtual race. But I thought we would do a Keep Running with BK virtual half marathon. This is, for many of you, may be a very comfortable distance, something you've done before or you could go out and do now. Or maybe for some others it may be a stretch, maybe a challenge. But by setting this, letting you know now that in the fall I'd like to have a virtual half marathon event for the channel, It allows some of you to maybe have a little structure behind it, put together a training plan. Again, learning, improving, stretching ourselves, motivating us to continue to grow as athletes, continue to grow as runners. And so a little bit more challenging, maybe the most challenging of the 4 virtual events. Some are more approachable than others, some are more challenging than others. But anyways, that's the plan for the fall. And then in the winter, probably around, I don't know, November, early December time frame, I'd like to do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more less structured. And I'd like to do a virtual distance relay event. And the way this would work, I don't know if I'll choose a distance, say a 10K, or if I'll mix it up. Maybe I choose like a 5K, 10K, 10 mile or half marathon or something like that, and then have people submit what leg of the distance relay they would like to run with a predicted time, and then I will do my best to try to put those who want to participate in teams of 4 or 6, depending on how I structure it and depending on how much interest there is. And then we'll go out and run our thing and submit our times, then I'll put it together and we'll see which team is the fastest. I remember running indoor track when I was younger and doing like the distance medley event. That was always kind of fun, having runners who ran different distances competing against other relay teams doing the same. I know years ago when I had a charter running club, we would put together 2 or 3 relay teams and go to marathon events where they had a relay event and do those, and those were always a lot of fun and a little different. And so I'd like to do a virtual event along those lines and in that spirit with you. And so anyways, there you have it, 4 fun ideas for virtual events here for the channel. I hope that those sound interesting to you. You know, if you have a thought, if you have done something similar to this before, or you just want to share your general excitement and interest, I'd appreciate just commenting below, just to give me kind of an initial measure of group interest. But just to refresh everyone's memory, I started a Strava virtual running club for the Keep Running with BK community, and in 2022 I hope to facilitate some virtual events to engage those of you interested in the channel here, just to have us interact a little bit more and build that sense of community with a prediction 5K run, a backyard 24-hour run, a half marathon in the fall, and then a virtual distance relay in the winter. Well, I hope that sounds interesting to you. I hope that you're excited. And if you are, give me a thumbs up and check out some other videos here on the channel. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the new year. Happy New Year. Stay safe, train smart, and keep running.